Hi, I'm Harry Sullivan in the WVLT newsroom on this Wednesday. We're sure glad you're here on WVLT Plus. It's time for Catch Up Quick. Get to your top stories on this Wednesday as you are getting out the door, getting things done. Right now, KPD needs your help finding this child on your screen. KPD says they're looking for 11-year-old Raymir Pride. He was last seen around 10 o'clock last night in South Knoxville at the Young High Flats apartment complex. Knoxville police say he's possibly at an unknown location in the complex. They have been looking for him all morning long. They say he was last seen with a black t-shirt, black shorts with a white design. He had no shoes on. If you have any information on where he could be at all, please call 911. And the Knoxville Sheriff's Office says 2 men have now been charged after a stabbing at Knox County Rural King. KCSO charged 62-year-old Franklin Green. 62-year-old Frank Clark with attempted first-degree murder. 32-year-old Franklin Green was charged with accessory after the fact. Sheriff's deputies were called out to the Rural King and Halls. This happened around right after noon yesterday. We were live on the air when we started to get word of this. They found a man with apparent stab wounds. He was taken to the hospital for what appeared to be non-life-threatening injuries. KCSO says that Clark told detectives he knew the victim and had seen him outside the business where they had an argument. Security video showed Clark walking up behind the victim with something in his right hand and appearing to stab him in the back. Detectives said Green told them Clark handed him the knife and said, "Get rid of it." Green told investigators he took the knife and put it on a shelf inside of that business. And we do have some tragic news today in Claiborne County after an 8-year-old girl was killed in a shooting. The sheriff's office says it all happened at a home in the Clarefield community on Tuesday. From what investigators can tell so far, they believe this shooting was an accident. According to Claiborne County Sheriff Bob Brooks, an 8-year-old girl died from those shootings. We will continue to follow up with this. Meanwhile, in Jefferson City, $300,000. That's the price tag to fix the bad membrane at the water treatment plant there, an issue the city's been dealing with. Right now, the water is almost back to normal. Jefferson City's mayor, Mitch Kane, is saying the membranes failed a lot faster than they thought. He says they started noticing issues last year, at the end of last year, in December, and the water levels were going down. So they put an order for new membranes in January. Right now, new membranes are working at 3 of the 4 wells at the treatment plant, but they still need to fix the final well. The mayor's trying to assure everyone of the city's transparency, saying when they notice the water levels continuing to fall, they asked Jefferson County Mayor Mark Potts to declare a state of emergency. He says this let them get new membranes shipped and installed faster. While the water situation in Jefferson City is no longer at an emergency level, Mayor Mitch Kane says it'll likely be 2 months before the entire problem can be fixed.
We are not completely out of the woods. We are operating under a normal status at the water plant.
City leaders do continue to work with the membrane supplier to hope that this will never happen again. The city's public works director also asking city council for about $60,000 to fix water pumps at the treatment plant. He describes one of them being completely fried. They'll discuss that again come March the 2nd. Well, this is a very special story here. A Knoxville native now set to receive our nation's highest honor, the Congressional Medal of Honor. Chris Edmonds, his son, told our Casey Wheelis that President Trump personally called him to tell him that his father, Master Sergeant Roddy Edmonds, will receive the Medal of Honor. Edmonds is a South Knoxville native, a World War II hero. While in a German prisoner of war camp, Edmonds protected Jewish American soldiers who were being singled out by German officers. It's quite a story. He was ordered by an officer to identify those Jewish soldiers who were there. He defied that order, telling that German officer, quote, "We are all Jews here." His son tells us the German officer put a gun to his head, which Edmonds told the officer, "You can shoot me. If you do, you will have to kill us all." That officer ended up walking away, saving the lives of all of those fellow Army members who were Jewish. He survived the war, later honored by Israel, being given their highest honor for non-Jews for bravery. Edmonds died in 1985, but he's now getting that Medal of Honor. His son Chris continues to share his father's legacy, going on tours, books. Our Casey Wheelis getting to the bottom of all this, when this is going to happen. We hope to give you that information as soon as we get it, so you can watch that ceremony. We hope to have more information on that coming up soon. Some more news, as sad news as well. Former Knoxville Catholic Bishop Richard Sticka has died. The Diocese of Knoxville made that announcement yesterday. He was the longest serving bishop in the history of the Knoxville Diocese, serving from 2009 to 2023. He did leave the diocese after criticism that he mishandled sexual abuse allegations within the church. Sticka was 68 years old. And Kenneth DeHart, the man accused of killing a Blount County deputy in 2024, will face a judge this afternoon. DeHart scheduled for arraignment on charges of first-degree murder of Blount County Deputy Greg McCowan during a traffic stop. DeHart also charged with attempted first-degree murder of Deputy Shelby Eggers, who was also shot during that stop. DeHart's case now back in Blount County Circuit Court after Judge Tammy Harrington granted DeHart a new preliminary hearing last year, saying he was not given enough time to hire a private lawyer to represent him instead of being represented by an assigned public defender. Last month, more than 100 people were summoned by the state for the preliminary hearing, including people with the Blount County Sheriff's Office, TBI, Maryville Police Department, Alcoa Police, and AMR. The Blount County District Attorney, Ryan Desmond, is seeking the death penalty if DeHart is convicted. We'll carry his appearance live, of course, right here on WVLT+. All right, we do want to bring in good friend, meteorologist Kyle Granger on this Wednesday. Kyle, how you doing? We had a couple beautiful days here across East Tennessee. How are things shaping up today?
Well, you walked out and it's warm.
Yeah.
That may be the first thing you notice, and then the clouds as you drove in. So there's Pigeon Forge. Not much different from what we're experiencing right here in Knoxville, but you see Pine Mountain off in the distance, kind of closer to those clouds. There's the big picture, and here's the warmth I was talking about at 61 in Knoxville, 59 for Oak Ridge, 55 Crossville. We will have rain inching closer to us. You see here on the radar and cloud track, clouds. Few sprinkles I think may not quite be reaching the ground when you get over into White County, but nonetheless, that over to the west, Memphis to Middle Tennessee, that is reaching the ground, and that will actually intensify a little bit as we go into the afternoon and evening hours with some more heavy downpours that will come through. So here's a look at your Wednesday at a glance. Clouds this morning, you'll notice the winds picking up as well. Those flags will be flying around town, and at 64, we're holding in the 60s for the afternoon. Just spotty showers to scattered showers tonight. Here's the timeline. Watch the rain start to settle in as we get into the afternoon from Jamestown to La Follette. Some heavy downpours over the Big South Fork, and that will continue to push closer and closer, and overnight tonight more scattered to widespread showers that are with us at 56 for the start of the day coming up on Thursday. So here's another closer look at how that rainfall really kind of settles north and west of Knoxville. So Gatlinburg to Madisonville, maybe Maryville, may not even see anything early on with this. It's overnight that we'll get a little more widespread with some of that rainfall. So timing it out for you, that's going to be where we have the heaviest amounts of rain. Watch from Jamestown over to La Follette, parts of Crossville, even seeing closer to that ½ inch to an inch of rainfall measuring through by the time all is said and done with this. We're not quite done with the rain even after this. We've got more showers that will be coming through both Friday and into Saturday, and then Sunday looks to be kind of interesting at this point. So here's your Thursday building that sunshine in. Look at 72. This isn't going to last long, Harry. I mean, this is getting closer to your Texas kind of weather, but this won't last long. We've got another warm day coming up on Friday and Saturday, and then, yes, we're back to winter. It's not done, not over yet here in East Tennessee, and whatever lingering showers we have on Sunday could actually fall in the form of a few snowflakes, primarily over towards Gatlinburg, Pittman Center, out towards Cosby. Not looking for a big deal with that, but we are looking at the possibility, so you're not surprised if you see it and you live out that way. But Monday morning, we all will feel this. 29. Hopefully you didn't get rid of your big coat.
I wanted to put it up.
I
wanted to put it up.
Yeah, this was not the weekend to change out and get your bathing suit out. You need to keep the big coat, especially going into the early part of Monday. We're back down into the 20s for the start of next week. Not much better in the afternoon, 40s and 50s, and then we'll see how we get once we get closer.
Yeah, exactly. We're still not into March yet. It's hard to believe, but here we are.
We're still due some cold days. And I do bring that up because I've had people who said, hey, can I put my plants out? And I said, you can put them out, but we need to pay attention to the weather. You don't want to leave them out if it's 29 degrees, right? So if you've put your plants out so they could get some sunshine, the fresh air the past couple of days, you need to bring them back in so that they, so you don't have a dead plant on Monday afternoon.
Yeah, you got to treat them like animals right now. Bring them in at night, give them that water they need, nurture them, and you know? Yeah, still cold out there, that's for sure.
It is cold.
But we're getting there. We're getting closer to spring. I can smell it.
And you maybe even started to see some of the greenery around.
Yes,
too,
especially, and then we start to get the releases of like Dollywood coming up, all those things happening. We had a spring break story yesterday. That kind of warmed my soul.
Right.
We're getting out
You
of those
start
cold
thinking
weather
about it.
stories.
You start thinking about it.
Exactly. All right, Kyle Granger, thank you very much, sir. We'll have more on Kyle. You with me at noon?
I'm with you at noon.
All right, we'll see Kyle back on WVLT News at noon. Kyle, thank you very much, sir. Make sure you download that WVLT First Alert weather app and your WVLT News app. Scan the QR code right there on your screen. We're going to have so much for you coming up today. So many things to follow. We talked about the Kenneth DeHart trial and more. Another story we're following, hard to believe, 25 years ago today, Dale Earnhardt Sr. died on the final lap of the Daytona 500, 25 years ago. Think about the legacy he left behind, the safety measures put into NASCAR after that. We're going to have more on that later on this afternoon right here on WVLT News. We sure appreciate you joining us here. Once again, make sure you get that app. Everything sent to the palm of your hand. Anytime Kyle sees a new shower popping up on our weather app, anything like that, you'll get those. Any new news updates right into the palm of your hand. As soon as we know, you'll know. I'm Harry Sullivan in the WVLT Newsroom. Have a good Wednesday. We'll see you at noon.